Okay, answer these questions. When you're preparing problem papers like costing or accounting, have you ever just audited the problems instead of actually solving them? Have you ever quit on model tests because you think you haven't prepared enough? Have you wasted 5 minutes here or 10 minutes there without studying because you think you couldn't make much difference in that time? Did you say yes to any of them? We know that auditing problems is a bad idea. We know quitting on model tests is a terrible idea. But why do we still do that? Is it because we lack discipline? Is it because we lack focus? Would you believe me if I tell you the single answer for all the above questions is perfectionism? We think that we struggle in CA because of lack of discipline or focus, but they are only surface level problems. It is perfectionism that makes us look undisciplined. It is perfectionism that makes us waste time. It is the ultimate root cause of all the misery we go through. You still find it hard to believe me? Stay with me for the next 5 minutes and you will know why. See, there are two types of perfectionism. One is this concept called healthy perfectionism, and the other is called unhealthy perfectionism. Healthy perfectionism is when you hold yourself to high standards, you aim to deliver a good product, you give a good output, you build credibility when you have good standards. And people who don't have healthy perfectionism are lethargic, negligent, and we don't trust them with our work. Now, on the other hand, unhealthy perfectionism happens when you hold yourself to way too high standards. You set the bar so high or so unrealistic that it paralyzes you from taking any productive action. For example, you want to achieve something but you don't want to make any mistakes in your journey, then you are having unhealthy perfectionism. Unhealthy perfectionism in CS students would look like this. I want to master amalgamation chapter, but I don't want to make one mistake while doing that. I want the chapter knowledge to go directly into my brain like how I copy data from a pen drive. When you have a healthy mindset, whenever you get some doubts, you would see them as opportunities to learn new things. But when you have an unhealthy perfectionist mindset, every doubt is an insult to your ego. Because your mind would say that I am so perfect that I should have never had a doubt in the first place. Now let us see how perfectionist mindset screws up our CA exam. Impact number 1. Resistance to make use of the micro sessions. People with perfectionist mindset tend to think that a study session means it should be a proper 90-minute session or it should be a 2-hour session. Only then they will get that satisfaction. Their sense of accomplishment is tied to that. They have an all or nothing approach to life. They won't make use of the micro sessions. Now, a micro session is any small unit of time you get here and there in your day to day life. It could be the 5 minutes you wait for the geyser to heat up, or the 10 minutes you wait for your turn at the dentist. So, if people are suffering from perfectionism, they won't make use of the 5 minutes they wait for the bus, or the 20 minutes they travel on the cab, or the 10 minutes gap they take post lunch. They can do a quick study session in those minutes, but they won't make those sessions count. Also, for them, a day has to be perfect, like there should not be even a tiny crack in their schedule. They think their day should go exactly as they planned. Let us assume a perfectionist person starts to study and then they get interrupted for 7 minutes on some unexpected personal work. But they won't get back quietly and make the rest of the time count. They just wallow with the fact they thought of crafting a perfect study day, but because of the courier guy or the electrician, they got interrupted for 7 minutes. There came a dent in their perfection. Let's assume a student clocked 500 hours in their preparation and missed out on all the micro sessions. Had they used those micro sessions, they would have clocked like let's say 530 hours. Sometimes this shortage of 30 hours in preparation is what might cost them those 3 marks to make it to aggregate, those 4 marks to make it to 40, or those 2 marks to make it to 60. The next time when you are traveling and you think you can do a quick revision of capital gains, but then you immediately give yourself an excuse that the ride is quite shaky or it is quite noisy here, I will go home and study at one shot, then it is classic perfectionism at play. Impact number 2. Resistance to solve practical problems. For many of us, reading theory papers might be smooth sailing. We can simply sit with a theory book, read the text like a magazine, We don't have anything to risk there. But it's a different game when it comes to solving problems. It involves active participation from our end, mostly when we are not fully ready. There is a self esteem risk. If I close the solution and try to solve a problem, it is very less likely that I might get stuck somewhere, or even worse, I might be wrong somewhere. Problem solving is a nasty business. Therefore, we get afraid. It is certain that our ego will get punctured every time we try to sit and solve tough problems. Therefore, our mind would come up with statements like, okay, I'm still a bit raw for doing these problems. Let me just audit them as of now. After I get enough hold over them, I'll try to solve them. Sometimes that enough hold will never come even till the exam, and we face the heat in the exam. The worst part is some students won't even have anything to write for the 3 hours in papers like accounting, costing, FM, and even direct tax at the inter level. Impact number 3, resistance to write model tests. During December or July, we stay in high spirits and enroll for model tests. But when March or September comes, we feel so low and start to conclude ourselves that, okay, I haven't fully prepared, I will appear for the model test 1 week later. Sometimes the mind is so clever that it won't accept that you are not fully prepared. So 1 week later, it will make us say, I don't have much time to write model tests now. I have so many uncovered portions. I'll skip the model tests as of now, but I'll study real well and rock the main exams. And we all know how rocking the main exam would turn out to be. Very rarely, students who do not write model tests still get everything right in the main exam. It's extremely rare, so don't even consider that as a possibility. Can you understand now why I said perfectionism is the root cause of all the misery we CA students go through? Now, with the problem clearly exposed, let us look at how we can overcome the perfectionist mindset. Hack number 1. Every time you are trying to solve a problem, don't look at them like they are just problems and try to get it right at one go. Instead, imagine that your entire preparation is like this big app you are building. Software developers, when they build an app, it's not like they do it from zero to finish all at once, right? Every module they code, they will develop a beta version first. Then they will send that beta version for testing. I have worked in a system implementation project and I can say that almost every module will crash at least the first 3 rounds of testing before they get signed off. The same way, every unknown problem you are trying to solve, think of it as the beta version of the correct solution you are eventually going to get. You deliberately expect it to go horribly. Let your mind voice be like this. It's okay, it's just the first version of my prototype. It will get into a better shape in 2 or 3 more iterations. So change your perspective completely on how you even look at the problems. Hack number 2. Every time you sit to study, you set an intention. The intention script goes like this. Today I will approach my study session with utmost sincerity, but I also accept that I am bound to make mistakes. I am allowing myself to do that. There is nobody to judge me here, and I definitely won't judge myself for making mistakes. I have an unlimited allowance on the count of mistakes I can make. My errors and I have a healthy relationship. The more mistakes I make here, the calmer I'll be in the exam hall and the happier I'll be on the day of result. I have inserted this script in the description below. You can copy that to your digital notes. The best time for you to read this script is before every study day or study session. In case you forget to do that, the next best time is whenever you get that first hint of fear or resistance to open the book and solve problems. You can see a noticeable psychological change in you by the time you say it like 15, 20, 25 times. Hack number 3. Maintain something called the daily mistake score. It's quite obvious as it sounds. Every day you have to maintain a tally of how many mistakes you make. From mistakes as silly as totaling errors to as huge as conceptual errors. Be okay with everything. Even go to the extent of making a big Virat Kohli level celebration when you make errors. It will completely change the way you look at your own mistakes. Okay, to give you an idea, to make this video, I have made like 12 errors today. Let me read a couple of them for you. Okay, so missed to charge the camera battery. I know I was filming today, but I missed to charge the camera battery. Error number 2, didn't connect the mic properly to the camera and directly pressed record. Yes, audio is important. And 3, didn't keep the phone in silent while filming. A call came and it ruined the shot and I have to do a retake. And the list goes on and on. I'm sure I will make at least 20 more errors before I edit and upload this video. And I'm okay with that. So the point is, be proud of yourself with more and more mistakes you make every day. Don't let panic ensue that you have only 30 days to the exam and you're still making mistakes. Have the self assurance that when you make mistakes and you become aware of them by noting them somewhere like this, your brain will automatically find a way to prevent them from happening the next time. Just blindly believe in that. Now, I have a task for you, and that is to implement these 3 hacks on perfectionism right away and keep following them for a week and let me know how it went. But before I let you go, in case you have not taken your book for the last 2 days and all you have been doing is nothing but scrolling through social media or watching mindlessly content on OTT, I just have the right video for you. It's somewhere here, you can check that out. I hope you found value in this video. In that case, you can like this video, share this video with your friends, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.